final topic. What we got? We're talking about the Yankees. Like with as dominant as the Yankees have been, Juan Soto has come in and he's been everything that we expected to be. He's been Juan Soto. Right now they are 35-17, number one team in the American League. Um, I think the Yankees. I said this about the Phillies, but it's actually very more true with the Yankees because the Yankees ain't won a championship in 15 years now, which for really for any franchise, 15 years is a long time since you win a championship. But for the Yankees, that's essentially 30 years. So it's been a long time. I think it's been a minute since they've been in the CS. What do you think about the Yankees, Courtney, everything they've been doing, and do you have faith in them that they can finally take that leap and get actually back into the World Series? Well, we ain't seen them in 14 years.
I mean, I have faith in them considering that they've held it together. Their starting pitching has held it together without Garrett Cole, and they're going to get him back hopefully in June? Correct me if I'm wrong, Mikey?
Yeah, June. Yeah, about June.
Sounds like June.
I mean, again, that's hoping that rehab assignment and all that goes well. He'll be back in June. They've managed to piece together a nice start to the season. So, I mean, yeah, I think that it's possible, especially with the American League being a little bit weaker this season to a degree than it normally is. I think it's totally within the realm of possibility that we could see the Yankees. Honestly, a little 2009 rematch, Phillies, Yankees. Who says no?
I would be with that. I would be with that. I mean,
Who says no?
What they're getting out of Soto and Judge is, Judge as of late is ridiculous. You're looking at 15 home runs for Judge, 13 home runs for Soto. The combined between the two, they have almost 77 RBIs. Over the last 25 games, Aaron Judge has 11 singles, 11 doubles, and 11 home runs. He's really starting to wake up. Who's been the most impressive for me on that Yankees is Luis Gil. Their pitcher, 6-1, 2.11 ERA, 70 Ks. He just had 14 Ks against the White Sox. I mean, they suck, but he's really been doing his thing. And Clark Schmidt,
so for you to slander the White Sox and no one says anything, but I say something.
I mean, that's like when somebody talk about your cousin. Like you can talk about your cousin. Anybody else
I can talk shit about my little brother. Right. Y'all can't. Yeah. But so I think the Yankees are right there. I mean, the Orioles are they're right there as well too. The Orioles, we saw what they did in spring training. They lost only 3 games in spring training, and they've just taken off offensively. But they're still a little green behind the ears. I still have question marks, about their rotation. Corbin Burns is really the only solidified ace there. Mm-hmm. So the Yankees, as long as they keep doing, they're getting timely hitting, from Alex Verdugo, and they're hitting the fucking ball out the ballpark, and that's what you need. Giancarlo Stanton still fucking amazes me to this day with the ferocity behind his swing and how far he can fucking put a baseball. So I think that the Yankees are going to be there, and it's always going to be contingent on the health of Stanton, Judge, obviously Soto. But Soto is doing everything that you would think he would do, and he's having a year that is definitely going to warrant a $500 million contract or more, this winter.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, at owner meetings on Wednesday, Hal Steinbrenner was noted as saying, and I quote, I'm going to be honest, payrolls at the levels we're at right now are simply not sustainable for us financially. It wouldn't be sustainable for the vast majority of ownership groups, given the luxury tax that we have to pay. Now, keep in mind, the Yankees have some money coming off the books this offseason in the form of a few different guys, relievers, not too many stars, but there are ways for the Yankees, again, one of the wealthiest franchises in all of sports. You're telling me that you can't afford to pay Juan Soto.
I mean, the fact that this is even a conversation to me is crazy because it is the Yankees.
Yeah, correct. So according to sportstrack.com, the Yankees are currently at $305 million payroll right now in 2024, with $202 million already on the books for next year. And they are second only to the Mets in payroll. Yes, George is rolling over in his grave. But listen, I kind of view the Yankees right now in the state that they're in similarly to how I view the Cowboys. they don't necessarily need to win because they print money. They are, as long as they continue to put out a relatively decent product, continue to market that product well, then that's all that their fan base needs. And they're going to keep selling them we're going to do it next year. We're going to do it next year in perpetuity because they don't need to win, because people are going to still go to Yankees games. People are still going to go to Cowboys games. It's never going to stop. It sounds terrible, but in regard to the Cowboys, until Jerry Jones is gone, honestly, I can't even say that I think their son will
I say yes and no, because yes, you're 100% right. That's how the ownership to feel. I say no for the Yankees more than the Cowboys, because the Cowboys, they got some championships. The Yankees are like the Lakers of the MLB.
Well, the Cowboys are no, I want to be clear. I very much agree with you. Like the fact that there is no salary cap in baseball, and you can literally say, you got to pay a little extra tax. Like
exactly.
You can't charter your yacht for an extra fucking 2 weeks in the Mediterranean next summer. Like boo-hoo, cry into your fucking on your championship trophy. Like cry about it.
Yeah, I'll never side with owners crying poor.
Ever.
I'll never, especially the fucking Death Star up there in the Bronx and in the Yankees. But you have to look at it as, and I know a lot of Cubs fans are seeing this right now. Like, you're a major market team and you have ownership who is kind of reluctant to spend. When you see a team like the Orioles, who's built through a prospect base, when you see a team like the Diamondbacks built through a prospect base, and you see them having success, a lot of these guys, and you have to also remember, people in baseball front offices, baseball scouts, baseball analytics, they are some of the most cocky and egotistical people when it comes to all of professional sports, because
100%.
they think that they can do something. We can get this production without going to, without getting somebody like Juan Soto. 100%. And that, as a fan, that's the shit that I don't fuck with, especially the Yankees. You tell me that Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't want to pay. I'm not going to cry over it anymore, because I know the man. I know how he runs both of his organizations here in the city of Chicago, and I know what to expect. But a team like the Yankees, I'm sorry, like, you should spend. The Dallas Cowboys, the Dodgers don't say that shit. They just go and spend.
Well,
they just go and spend.
Similarly to the Mets, they're owned and operated. Well, and the Mets obviously are an individual private owner, but they're owned by a hedge fund.
Right.
They got fucking buckets of money.
Not only they owned by hedge funds,
to get outspent by fucking the dude in Queens. That's crazy. You're the New York fucking Yankees.
The Dodgers. The Dodgers are also run by one of the most vicious competitors of all time, and Magic Johnson. That nigga does not like losing. So whatever money it takes to get it done is what's going to get it. Paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not going to hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not going to